Hi, welcome to the second part of this. We're going to discuss recorded music or part of the industry uh, that deals in it. Recorded music is any and every aspect of what takes your final music composition, which is completely recorded, mastered, etc., packaged, and taken it to the final audience or the consumer that's going to listen to it. The whole of the industry is structured around this very aspect, which is from point A, which is you, the artist, to point B, which is the audience or the consumer. Now, as artists, you really want to make the best music possible for you and get that change out to most number of people as possible, but the right people, right? So the whole of the industry is converged around that. First part is the record label. We discussed briefly earlier about record labels. They are like agencies for your music. They are the ones who support you with promotion, recording, negotiating, licensing, all of those crazy business stuff that an artist normally doesn't understand or doesn't want to understand. But nowadays, record labels are kind of defunct. In the initial days, record labels had a huge power because they were the gatekeepers from which didn't allow anyone and everyone to make their music and take it to market. They were the ones who would screen the artists, who would decide which artist is good and which is bad, and record their music, put their music uh, on CDs or DVDs and take them forward to the CD stores or music stores later on. But here now, with digitalization and streaming and all of these platforms coming up, this power struggle has changed. Now each and every record label is looking for artists which are blooming on their own, who are doing really good on their own, and who can become huge with just a little bit of support. Ed Sheeran is a biggest example of this. He, till a major part of his career, especially the last album that he published, Divide, he was completely independent, which meant he didn't rely on any major record labels till then. But once his album started going like started killing the charts and going on top of every chart available, that's when all of the record labels wanted to sign him because he had such an immense power, such a big audience to cater to. There are two forms of these labels. One is indie label, the other one is commercial labels. Indie labels are smaller independent organizations or agencies which help you in the initial days of your career. They serve to a specific genre of music, or they want to serve to specific communities or the music that they prefer to enjoy. On the other hand, commercial music or commercial labels are concentrated in just like 3 or 4 biggest labels. Examples are T Series, Tips Music, Sony, and Sony Universal, and Disney, Walt Disney Corporation. These are the 3-4 handful of companies which take it in their hands to get the massive hits that we see from Bollywood or from Western music mostly. The other side of getting your music out there to the audiences is the music distributors. These are online channels and platforms that have come up nowadays, and especially in the last 5-6 years, who help you with just giving them a fixed fee or a royalty fee for the music that you upload to all of the streaming channels or digital download places. Examples of this are OK Listen, Songdew, uh, TuneCore, Ditto Music, and so on. These are just called music distributors. They give you a dashboard which allows you to track all your music, all your songs on and albums, how many streams are happening, how many downloads are happening, what is the money that you're making on each platform, where you're able to where is your music getting heard the most, and so many other data points that are available to you through a music distributor. This is the biggest boon for an independent artist. They allow you to keep your money to yourself, your hard work and your asset, as I call them, to yourself, and reach the maximum number of people for a small fee of money. Next in this comes the retailers and the streaming platforms. The retailers and the streaming platforms are, very simply put, the places where the audience finally goes and listens or downloads your music or buys your music from. iTunes was the biggest platform 10 years back. Now, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, Gaana, Saavn, all of these streaming platforms have come up, which allow anyone and everyone to access your music all through the world at the click of a button. So from retailers, which were essentially shops earlier, it has shifted, like everything is shifting towards streaming platforms. The sad part about streaming platforms right now, though, is there is no fixed way to earn your royalties. Every platform has their own way of determining how much money an artist gets for each stream or each play of the button that an audience does. So that's the sad part of the industry, but they're also losing money. Most of the streaming platforms are losing money right now. They're still in growth phase, but that also makes it a very lucrative place to be in. And finally, the audience, which is who is consuming your music, your recorded music, through all of the different channels that I discussed earlier. Next, we're going to discuss the live entertainment part. Check it out in the next part of the video.